to another episode on Vulnerable Vulnerable. Today, I'm your host, Carla Gutierrez, and in the future clips, you will see my co-host, Maddie Hughes. Today's topic and the whole theme of today's episode is social media mental health. Today, we're going to be viewing two different perspectives, a social media user versus a non-social media user, and what social media does to affect our mental health, or if it doesn't at all. Some of the things we'll be talking about is the differences between social media views, what we can do to possibly help your relationship with social media, and 3, to come to a consensus on what goes on in our day-to-day lives and how it affects us. Do you use social media on a frequent basis?
Usually I do. I got rid of Instagram for a while, and I also put a 45-minute timer on my Snap. So
I could never do that.
I've been cutting back a lot lately.
I'm a social media user every single day. It's really bad. So today we're just going to be talking about how do you think cutting off social media for like the season of Lent or just in general has improved or declined your mental health, and how and what aspects do you think others would benefit from this, or possibly have a healthier way when using social media. And I'll go ahead and talk about the exact opposite thing. Okay. So what do you think social media and how do you think social media has benefited you?
I think it's a good way to get an outlook in the outside world, like especially for things like when I'm very busy and I just need to like know things. I can always look and see, like for my ministry, I always see when their events and things are on their Instagram page, and it's nice to know when things are, because without it lately, it's like I have to go by word of mouth and have to ask about it, which is fine, but it's not as convenient. And I kind of get to see how other people who I don't see, like my family, are doing, because they're so far away. So I really do like that about social media. You can connect with others and get your information.
Yeah, I 100% agree. For those of you who don't know, me and Maddie are both in a college ministry together, and social media is a big way that they use to go ahead and reach others and inform others about the events they're having, or just small groups. And it's a lot easier, I 100% agree, to just get the information you need without having to rely on others. So that's, I think, one big benefit of having social media. It's just the fact of conveniency, and just keeping in touch with family members that was college students away from home. It's definitely definitely a learning curve of just how to grow up, and just when we need our parents just a click of a button away. What ways do you think social media has decreased your mental health?
Okay, so before I got rid of Instagram for Lent, it's very easily distracting, like for me especially, because I would literally just doom scroll, because I didn't have TikTok, but I had Instagram, so Instagram reel scrolling, and it's just so bad. Like you get sucked into a vortex of just the scroll and just keep going and going, and you lose track of so much time. And also like seeing other people, like I don't think I compare myself too much to others, but like seeing other people and like how they're living, or like their non-realistic lifestyles, or what they're doing, isn't the best for like mental health wise, like in my opinion, because you can kind of like compare yourself to other people, and it makes you feel worse about yourself, or like you get FOMO. Like I get FOMO really bad. Like I see someone else doing something, I'm like, oh, I need to be doing that. So that was really bad, and I felt a little better. I got rid of it.
I think that's probably one of the we have a main good thing about social media, on the fact that it's good connecting with others and getting information quickly, but this I think is the main negative part, just like comparing and just losing valuable time out of like your daily activities, or just honestly your life, just scrolling for hours that you're probably never going to get back. I 100% agree with you. Not that long ago I was on a calorie deficit, and I was trying to do it to get healthier, And I think I kind of like got stuck on the doom scroll of just like, oh, like going through all the workouts, going through all the plans, going through all the meal preps and stuff. I think that's also a big problem with having social media of just like it ends up physically affecting you, right? Like how Maddie said, like you can doom scroll and you can like mentally compare yourself, but when it gets to different levels and different things that you're interested in and it attacks those things, it definitely starts becoming a real life, more of a real life physical issue, and I think that's definitely not great. And yeah, what ways do you think you can? So since you're not a social media user, like, what ways would you give people advice on like how to have a healthy relationship with social media, or do you believe that not having social media at all, if people don't have like the obligation or the need to, would you recommend not having social media at all?
Okay, so someone who does have a professional Instagram page that I do have on my iPad, I would say instead of going to the search bar, going to the search or your feed, stay on the right side of your Instagram page. So you're only focused on what you're posting and what feedback you're getting. Like you're kind of focused on yourself. You don't focus on other people. You don't end up scrolling. So that's what I would recommend for Instagram at least. Just stay in your lane, basically. Stay. If you do need to keep up with people, keep it limited. Put a time limit on your. My time limit has really helped because I haven't gone on Snapchat a lot. I only have 45 minutes on it a day. That's helped a lot. I only like snap people once or twice just to keep streaks up. I don't spend hours and hours just going back and forth for no reason, basically. And I really don't need Snapchat at this point, just to keep the streaks up because I got some long ones. But
you're feeling a sense of obligation to like social media.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Because everyone else is like, oh, here's your streaks. Like, really, the only reason we do streaks is just to be able to post it and tell everyone that we've been literally sending a picture a day to this one person for this amount of time. And it's kind of like when you say it out loud, it's kind of ridiculous. But what I would recommend is for sure put time limits on your apps. Like put a time limit on your screen time as well. Or start a downtime. Like don't get on social media after like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. It's really been helpful these past few weeks. Like I'm more focused and like I don't like I feel like I go to sleep faster because I'm not like thinking about other people right before I go to sleep because I'm thinking about other like I'm going to sleep. That's what I'm thinking about. So yeah. That's what I would recommend.
Well, we heard it here as a person who doesn't use social media or limits her social media. As you can tell, she doesn't have insomnia. That's a big thing for a lot of people. Sometimes when you're consistently on a social media app or consistently focused on like what everyone's doing and how she said earlier, feeling FOMO, it definitely physically affects you and mentally affects you in all sorts of aspects. As a person who does not do those things, I'm on the other side. I do have insomnia. And I do have trouble. I do have trouble like sleeping, most definitely. I definitely get distracted a lot too. I get behind all the work and stuff, and as you can tell, like she's definitely doing a lot better on those aspects of things. So as a person who's on the other side of social media, I think personally I cannot limit my time on social media just because I'm a part of a lot of things as well, other than just like the college ministry, especially with things on campus. So I think my recommendation for people is to just limit it to those things that you need. Like let's say an email comes in, check the email, get off. Don't be like, oh, let me go check what so-and-so is doing, like definitely I'm going to emphasize exactly what you said on just staying in your lane, focusing on yourself. Because without having structure within yourself, I don't think you can have structure with anything else, or like have discipline. So I think you hit a lot of the things So, would you say, are you pro social media or pro limit social media?
I think I'm pro limit.
Pro-limit.
It really does help.
No.
You can still have it. Just because you're limiting it doesn't mean you have to get rid of it cold turkey. I just think there should be limits to what we do with it. So, yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm pro social media just because it does give you a lot of like benefits and stuff. There's definitely healthier ways to go about it. She named some of the healthy ways. I named a couple things, just limiting, staying in your lane, only check certain things, especially as busy people. I definitely think that a lot of things can be solved. A lot of issues with social media can be solved within yourself, and not having to rely on like these external people to pull you out of it. So I think that's like the difference of on the sides of social media. But that was our topic today: social media and mental health. I would like to include a statistical slide. The percentage of cyberbullying: 46% of U.S. teens ages 13 to 17 have experienced one of 6 forms of cyberbullying. 26% of U.S. children have experienced more than cyberbullying since the beginning of the pandemic, and 14% say they have cyberbullied others more. 95% of social media content creators could recall an incident of harassment or hate through their careers. To better our understanding and perception of social media, we have to look at the hard stats. We have to actually put in perspective what goes on behind the screen to help others. Percentages of people who have social media apps: ages 18 to 29, Facebook has 68%, Instagram has 76%, LinkedIn 40%, X 30%, Snapchat 65%, YouTube 93%, and TikTok 59%. And this is just the young adult age of 18 through 29. As you can see, I have listed ages 30 through 49, ages 50 through 64, and ages 65 and plus. We want to be inclusive with our audience because it doesn't just affect young adults. It affects everyone who has social media. It affects everyone who comes in contact with it and how they could possibly be getting affected without even realizing.